So today, lads, we are going to be reacting to the WNBA mock draft for 2025. So we are about to enter the NCAA Tournament, and Bleacher Report made a mock draft, and this is written by... I have no idea. It just says mock draft. I have no idea. I was trying to give credit to whoever wrote it. I have no idea who wrote this. If it said at the end, I will let you guys know. So, first up, Paige Bueckers. Obviously. Paige Bueckers remains a clear favorite as number one overall as one of the most gifted playmakers and scorers over the last decade. The three-time Big East Player of the Year is a perfect fit for what Dallas Wings so desperately need, a franchise facilitator and built around who can complement Enrique Iguodala. It is crazy that Paige, who hasn't really played much point guard till this year, is suddenly being signed as a facilitator. But in fairness, she is pretty good at it. I have to say, she is a very good passer. Her length enhances her vision in both the half and full court. She plays with and understands pace better than anyone in the country and is a great decision maker. Consistency in her shot selection and shot makes one of the most impressive aspects of her career. I think it's almost one of those things where her shot selection, she cares so much about her shot selection that's actually affected her aggressiveness on the floor, which is, for me, an issue. But look, you take it number one. Unless, of course, you're taking Dominique Malonga number one. If you're even considering taking Malonga number one, take it number one. She is the highest. She literally is GOAT potential. She has potential to be the greatest of all time. But she is now, in a lot of mock drafts, firmly being put in number two. And unless Notre Dame make a run, I can't see her not being number two. Storm could use a pick to secure a franchise guard. But what has become increasingly concerning to me through the offseason, their depth and longevity in the post. With a large portion of the league hitting free agency in 2025, the question of need is debatable. What I do know is the Storm have an opportunity to secure one of the most unique prospects ever seen in Malonga. And probably the most unique prospect. At 6, outside of Zhang Jiu, the 7'5" girl who's in the 2027 class. At 6'6", the mobile forward's highly unique combination of athleticism, face ability, ball handling ability, speed, and touch around the rim. 19-year-old female is averaging a double-double at 17.9 points, 10.5 points per game. She's also shooting 57% from the floor for them in Euro Cup. They did unfortunately lose in the semi-final. The question would be her ability to impact the Storm in the immediate future if she's seen as a developmental asset to build with for years to come. Either way, I can't stress enough how gifted she is. Her ceiling to be an elite pro is truly proven. If she hits her top peak, she's the greatest of all time. That's the craziest thing. Is Paige, the only thing is Paige might be an all-star year one. Malonga might not start till year 3. But she does have literally GOAT potential. Olivia Miles and PG Notre Dame. Number 3. And that's fine. I don't mind that. If Miles fell to number 3, it'd be a silver platter moment for the Mystics, who are redefining their entire organization. Miles has franchise league guard written all over it and proven to be one of the most pro-ready guards in the class. She's maintained a level of consistency throughout her career, and her production facilitating steadily improved year after year. Her efficiency from the perimeter is the most glaring jump. In fairness, she learned how to shoot. This is exactly my top 3 so far. Sonia Citron 4. Damn, I still had her going to the Mystics, but I had her going 6. I hadn't taken Kiki or Fan. But Sonia Citron, yeah, fair. Sonia Citron's plug and play. Don't mind it. The Mystics traded Ariel Atkins to the Sky, secured a 3 pick, and go back-to-back with number 4 and of the 3 first-round picks in this draft. It is a critical moment for the Mystics organization. The direction they go with these picks will redefine this rebuild and impact the franchise for years to come. Citron is a coveted selection in this draft due to her size, complete skill on both ends of the floor, versatility on perimeter. 6'1" guard is averaging 13.8 points and is a career 37% three-point shooter. I still think with her, though, that it is a situation where she's just going to be a player. I think she's going to come in and give big minutes to the Mystics right away. I think wherever she goes, I think she might be a starter right away. I don't think she's ever going to be an all-star. I think she might be a solid starter or solid starter on a good team day one. And she's a 3-and-D player. She's fine. And she's someone that I think will be a decent 5th option, which is, again, actually not bad thing. Number 5, Anissa Morrow. I like this. I prefer Anissa Morrow over Kiki Iriafen because at least all the downsides for Anissa Morrow is her size. It is the tangible things. Not even the tangible thing. Sorry, it's just her height. She is super aggressive, and we're looking at a league where arguably the best player in the league is an undersized power forward. She's an undersized power forward. She can figure it out. Like, she's 6'1". She is an Angel Reese level rebounder, and like has more game than Angel Reese. Not as quite as tall as Angel Reese, but she's got more game. She got that mid-range shooting. She's averaging 18 and 14. Like, there's no way she should be. She should have been mocked as low as she has been. Kiki Iriafen at 6. Okay, so basically I have the same as this, the same Seattle pick, Dallas pick, and all three of the Mystics picks. I just flipped Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron. I had Kiki Iriafen on 4th. Because I think Kiki's had some good games. The mid-range shooting, when sometimes she hits the mid-range shot. When she's out there hitting mid-range shots, she can be hard to stop. Otherwise, I don't think she's that special a player, to be honest. But again, she can at times look like a really, really good player. So yeah, we'll go Kiki Iriafen in here at 6. She's big. The problem is she plays like a center on offense and she's a small forward in defense. That is a huge red flag for a lot of people, for a lot of teams. I think there are positives with her game, there are negatives with her game, and yeah, honestly, I think Kiki Iriafen is a player that at 6 it's fine. I think taking her at 2, like some people mocked her, is crazy, but 6 is okay. Georgia Amor. Like, Georgia Amor is about to turn 24. Like, we can't forget, she's about to turn 24 years old. And she's a 5'5" point guard. I think Georgia Amor, there's a lot of genuinely good aspects to Georgia Amor at the point guard position. She can run the show, she can score, her handle's elite. She's tiny. And I don't know, I just don't believe in 5'6" point guards. Like, if we look at the 2 teams that were in the WNBA finals, Courtney Williams running the one. And then you had Sabrina Ionescu, who's, again, Sabrina's 5'9", 5'10". Courtney Williams is around the same height. And then you look at the backups who struggled. Sloot really struggled in those finals when Sabrina was off. And then also, Natisha Heidemann is undersized. She struggled. So it's like, there's not that many good 5'6" point guards in the WNBA, unless you're like Jordan Canada, where you are locked down. And she's not Jordan Canada. Like, I think I would just, purely just for height reasons, if you're the Connecticut Sun, I'm taking Juste Jacite here, just because she's 6'2" with infinite potential, or if you're not taking Jacite, I'll take Serena Sundell, just because they're tall point guards. Maybe even Cheyenne Sellers if she's healthy. At number 9, AZ Fudd. Don't mind this one. Really don't mind this one. They kind of do need a power forward, but if Morrow and Iriafen are off the board, you're not really getting much at that position. So I don't mind AZ Fudd. It's a big name. It might get people to show up. And she's in Connecticut. Like, it'll bring Connecticut fans are good. So, like, that's not the worst thing in the world. At number 9, Juste Jacite. I don't mind this pick for the Sparks, you know. Like, the Sparks need that point guard. The problem is the Sparks need to be good now. They don't even have their pick next year. So, I think it's more likely that we see, like, a Cheyenne Sellers than a Jacite as the pick for the Sparks. I just think there's no point making an upside play. It says here they parlayed their number 2 pick into WNBA champion and all-star Kelsey Plum. Maintaining position at number 9 tells me that the Sparks see this pick as an opportunity to add an asset for the future. Jacite is international prospects on the radars for those familiar with the global game for years. 6'3", 6'2" unique talent who's been playing against WNBA pros since 13. And she's been good. She was unbelievable, by the way, against Belgium. She was the best player on the floor with Julie Vanley, Julie Alamond, Emma Mason-Man, Kiara Linskins. She was the best player on the floor with 4 WNBA players. So, like, she has that upside. I still think specifically for the Sparks, I would take a Cheyenne Sellers. Maybe I would go all-out defense and take Sanaya Rivers, because they do need a lot of defense, that team. Chicago Sky, Hailey Van Lith, TCU. I don't hate it. Like, a lot of people are going to have Hailey. I've seen Hailey Van Lith mocked anywhere between, like, 8 and the second round. I don't hate it. I actually think she'd be a good pickup for the Sky. She can go and get hers. Like, if you're looking at the Chicago Sky, their biggest problem is they don't have a dynamic point guard. Like, I don't think she fits with Angel and Camilla. She doesn't fit when she has to dump the ball into the post. But she's good in the pick and roll. She attacks the basket hard. She creates for herself. And this is a Sky roster that has near zero shot creation off the bench. So, I actually like Haley Van Lith to Chicago, you know. I like that. Reunite Angel Reese and Van Lith, a future guard who could learn under Sloot. Like, she's what? She's not 5'9". She's 5'7". And for me, it's like, I put her and like a Georgia Amor as two very similar level players. They're only a couple of months difference in age. Both older, undersized players. Whereas Georgia Amor is more of a 1. Haley Van Lith is more of a combo guard. But Haley Van Lith's done a really good job running the 1 as like a modern combo guard. So I still think maybe it's a little bit high. Like, I would still be a bit iffy on taking either of her or Amor in the first round. But if Amor is going 7, I don't hate Haley Van Lith in 8. Aisha Sivka for the Lynx. Yeah, they don't need anyone. Literally, they don't need anyone. Let's bring over somebody that's probably not going to come over in this season, and that could be a player. She's a 6'4" wing who plays a bit of defense and hits jump shots. So, yeah, I don't hate Aisha Sivka. I don't think she's going to play in the W next season, but it's fine. Like we saw last year with the Sun getting taken Layla Lacan at 10. Like, sometimes you can get these top tier prospects. Like, I personally think if Layla Lacan was in this year's draft, you would be looking at a top, again, she's only 19, you'd be looking at a top 3 pick for her. So, for Aisha Sivka, she's someone that you're gonna get somebody who, if she was American, would be considered in the top 5 freshmen in the nation. You're able to get her straight away. So, it's not too bad. Then Serena Sundell. I would take Sundell. Okay, so was it written by her? Okay, sorry. I thought that was at the end. It was written by her. It doesn't even say who this is written by. But Serena Sundell is a really, really good, just a really good, lengthy point guard who's versatile, who can pass the ball really well, who can score a little bit. I think she's somebody that I would think the Sun should probably look at 7 over, for example, a Georgia Amor. And I actually think the Sun taking Jacite at 7 if they're trying to tank the season isn't a bad idea either. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't mind this. I actually like this mock draft. I wish I knew who wrote it, but I actually like this mock draft. I really like Malonga at 2. And like, I understand the Georgia Amor hype. I understand it. She is that level good. The size and the age and the team she's going to, who could very much do with an upside pick. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it. And to be fair, if she's still on the board at 10, it's not a bad pickup for Chicago Sky. Players that I'm surprised aren't here, Cheyenne Sellers or Sanaya Rivers. I think Sanaya Rivers, just with her defense, if she plays any offense whatsoever, should be good. Like, Sanaya Rivers is a much better version of a Raven. Is going to be a much better version of a Raven Johnson in the W. But yeah, other than that, there's no one too crazy. Like, maybe a team takes a punt on Gianna Neepkins just because she's lights out. Otherwise, I'd say in and around what we're seeing the first round. But anyway, I'll see you guys.